the modern Satanists that are Luciferian intellectual based, because Lucifer, Satan, he is intellect based, he's intellectual. So the Satan, the god of this world, the demon of this world, he is intellectual. So all the Buddhism, all spirituality is perceived intellectually for that reason, because they are intellectual. Demons are very smart, but they do not abide by spirituality. They only abide by intellectual intelligence. So everything that they do, science, that has no spirituality, technology that has no spirituality, it is all intellect based, it is all intelligence based. That's why they call it artificial intelligence. Everything is intelligence, because they are very smart, they are very intelligent, they are telepathic, they're omnipresent telepathic. That's why in science and technology you'll see no spirituality, because it's all intellectual based, because it is the Luciferian intellect. If you go look up Lucifer, he is directly related to intelligence. So Lucifer and intelligence is the same thing. So they intellectualize everything. Even spirituality is intellectual for them. So they will study it. They will put it in universities and they will study it. They will start their yoga shops and their meditation centers, but it is all commercial and intellectual. And it is not taught as spirituality, but people are deceived into thinking that they are studying spirituality, but the approach is incorrect, the setting is incorrect, just the initiation is incorrect. You need to study this from a real monk, a real ordained spiritual lama. That's where you should be studying Prajnaparamita from, so you can understand it properly and not think science is going to save the world, while Sunyata, Prajnaparamita, is actually saving the world. So everyone has to reorient their positioning in their life and in their consciousness and how they understand the world, because all these things that is right in front of us has been concealed from us. So the Prakuti's temple is a testimony of Prakuti's work, who is the incarnation of Tara. Her name is Prakuti. She is the Prakuti emanation, the furrowed brow emanation of Tara. And maybe it requires a certain level of wrath to establish a Buddhist temple in a very demonic reality that we are living in, because we are in a perpetual spiritual war. Even if you feel like you are a Buddhist in your peaceful journey, you are in a perpetual spiritual war. And if you do not know that, and if you cannot understand that, you cannot dissolve it into sunyata. So you cannot ignore it and pretend like it doesn't exist. It exists, it's happening. You have to acknowledge it, understand it, then you are able to dissolve it into sunyata. Then you can transcend it. If you do not know the darkness that exists and pretend to avoid it and not look at it and not see it and stay far away from it, you cannot dissolve into sunyata. And that is your ignorance, poison. So you actually have to go in and face the darkness that is this world. Then when you study it properly, then you can dissolve it into sunyata. Only then you are free. So ignoring it is ignorance. So you have to go in and study it, understand it, face it, and then you can overcome it. Otherwise, it's just like when you suppress your emotion, when you suppress your fear, it's that. And anytime it can come out and have power over you. So it's like the subduing, but it has not been uprooted. So only sunyata pragya can uproot. So if you face it, you can uproot it. Otherwise, it's only been suppressed temporarily, which is the sila and samadhi, it's only suppressed temporarily. The pragya uproots, so sunyata uproots. So you have to face it, and then you can uproot it. So that's why in the Vajrayana third wheel, we are giving a lot of disclosure. People are going through a lot of spiritual prosecution, and we are directly dealing with every class, from the lowest to the highest demonic forces. We are dealing with every level, every class of demonic forces that exist in the universe. And we are being prosecuted and 24/7 monitored, surveillance, wherever we go, whatever we do, whether we are sleeping, whether we go to the shop, whether we go to the toilet, we are surveillance. We are giving testimony in that basis. We are giving testimony in that environment. So it's not an easy work. It's how people perceive spirituality to be perfect and pristine, and this wind blowing, and this beautiful rain sound. It's not like that. Spirituality is hardcore. It's deep. It's demonic. It's like mostly spiritual warfare 24/7. That's what spirituality is. And if you can't see it that way, you are in a spiritual fantasy, and a demon has your brain. Only if you are facing it, and if you're overcoming the darkness, listening to disclosure, and knowing the amount of children that are being trafficked in our world, understanding that there is a huge pedophile mob running the world. So if you don't understand that, you have no peace. Your peace is fake. You are in a spiritual delusion. So if you're just praying for peace, your method of peace is not correct. So if you know where to channel that peace, then you can appropriately assist people. So you can pray for the trafficked children. You can pray for the thousands and millions of children that are used by satanic elites as sex slaves, children that are used as sex slaves. You can channel and give them your peace and bless them. If you don't know it, you cannot use your peace and meditation method. You cannot channel it in the proper place. Otherwise, it's like a generic peace. We don't know what it means, because even Satan, he's going to establish a peace treaty on this earth. So the peace is very generic. So you're just like, oh, peace pagoda and peace this and peace that. We don't know what it means, because even Satan likes peace. Even Satan wants peace. Satan loves peace. He's going to establish a peace treaty for 3 years, and he's going to break the peace treaty. So you have to know the darkness of this world, and you have to face it, know it, so you can appropriately dissolve it into sunyata. And that's your highest contribution, because when you do that, when you are abiding in sunyata, you actually are helping preserve the world. You're actually helping everything. So everything that's going on in this world, all the child trafficking and pedophilia, all of that's going on in this world, and all the hunger around the world, that the demonics love that as a part of the lush, raping children and keeping children hungry. They love that as because the demons siphon from that lush. They get emotional lush from the hunger and pain and suffering and rape, and they just love that kind. They just love that emotional complexity of suffering. They love that. So you have to go into all of those spaces and try and properly dissolve that into sunyata. Sunyata is your highest missions, because anything you do within the sunyata premise, you help in the preservation of this world. And anything to do with child trafficking, pedophilia, child hunger, all of that is like part of the degradation. All of that is part of like this world coming to an end. Because if you hold on to this world, it will slowly be destroyed. If you hold on to the form, it will slowly start to disintegrate, and it will slowly start to destroy itself, because you're holding on to it. We have all of this problem in this world because we are holding on to it. We are holding on to the form, and that's why we have all of these different problems in this world. So we actually have to, like, humans, as human beings, this human body is the highest vessel to achieve spirituality, more than the angels of heaven, more than the gods, more than the serpent seeds, more than the naga beings, more than the animal hell realm beings. Human body is the best spiritual vehicle to achieve sunyata, because we are born in sunyata. Earth is sunyata. Sunyata is in earth. Buddha came to earth to achieve sunyata. So we are born in the sunyata template. The human body is the most important body system to achieve sunyata. We are born in the sunyata world. We are born in the sunyata field. So that's why the human body is the most important, and the human body can do that because we are born in the sunyata. So that's why you have to make the most of your human body, use it for the preservation of this universe, and appropriately Doing the sunnita will automatically solve all the problems of this world. But if you do not do sunnita, and if you're stuck in your spiritual fantasy, and demon makes you think that, oh, I can't do sunnita, sunnita is too hard, it's so difficult. We love the form world, because if you are attached to the form world, you're like, oh, I can't get rid of the form world, and you're attached to the form world will destroy itself. So if you love the form world, you actually have to realize sunnita. So the form world will continue to exist. So you can continue to enjoy it and continue to love it. But if you hold on to it, the form world will go away. The form world will dissolve. The form world will destruct. So you think you love the form world and you're holding on to it, but you're actually contributing to its destruction. So you actually have to realize sunnita so this world can continuously exist. So, so the demons will trick you that way. It's like, oh, I love the form world, I can't give it up. But that holding on is destroying. You are destroying it. And we are like realizing sunnita and we are preserving it. So during the tribulation, you will be given that opportunity to realize sunnita, and you will be given that opportunity to preserve your own self and to preserve the universe as well through your actions. And that's why our Father in heaven also is coming down and establishing his kingdom on this earth, because sunnita is here, and sunnita helps preserve everything, and that's the whole premise. And if you read the Hebrew scriptures, you will see like, oh, why does God want earth? Why did God pick Jerusalem? Because Jerusalem means the city of peace. Why did God pick Jerusalem? Jerusalem is also in the center of the earth. Christ was crucified in the center of the earth, just outside the holy place. So like a lot of the people, like a lot of the angels in the heavens were like, why does God want to pick this earth? And there are gazillions and trillions and unimaginable amount of worlds that our Father can create. They say like our Father in heaven can create worlds as much as the sands in the ocean. So that's his ability. He can just create worlds after worlds after worlds. And I think Enoch was like, why does Father pick Jerusalem? Why does Father pick earth? Considering he can make so many worlds. And the reason for that, why does Father pick earth? Because earth is sunnita. Earth is Prajnaparamita. And sunnita is the only knowledge that helps the preservation of the universe. It's spiritual, and it's like it preserves the universe. The knowledge of sunnita preserves the universe, and that's why our Father picked this earth. Buddha came to this earth to realize sunnita and save the entire universe. That's basically the foundation of Buddhism. That's basically the reason for spirituality. Like all of these gazillion spiritualities that we have, the foundation of spirituality is sunnita. Because you could be the most smartest, the greatest person, but if you do not realize sunnita, the universe will destruct. Forget Earth, the whole universe will destruct. The whole universe will be destroyed. It will dissolve and it will be totally destroyed. And that's what the gods of heaven were afraid of. They're like, we're going to lose this universe. Who's going to save it? And everyone was relying on the Buddha to save it, and he did, because the mother actually picks who is going to do the work. So it's not Buddha's like, I'm going to realize sunnita. It doesn't work like that. Many people will realize sunnita, but Buddha has his own very specific mission. So actually the mother, Prajnaparamita, will be like, Buddha, Shakyamuni will be the Buddha to realize and teach sunnita. Yeshua, Son of God, will be the person to do crucifixion and resurrection. So mother will pick those identities to do their spiritual missions, because the mother knows what is needed to preserve the universe. Only she knows. So that's our mother's own secret mission, and that's our mother's own system, and that's why her work, the mother's word, is so important, is because only through the sunnita, only through our mother, great mother Prajnaparamita, only through her, this world is preserved. And that's why our Father in heaven picked earth, because sunnita is the one that preserves the whole world. And you can see that through Christ, Yeshua, Son of God, that he went through death, but he was resurrected. He went through total prosecution, crucifixion. He went through everything, but at the end he achieved resurrection. um, and that's the power of sunyata, and that's the ability of sunyata, and that's her preserving ability. Like even death cannot conquer her. Anything like prosecution, crucifixion, any of those cannot conquer and affect her. And Christ achieved his resurrection body, and he embodied the Holy Spirit. He was born again from the Holy Spirit in literal terms. So it's like not just baptism, but death and resurrection. That's like the ultimate form of being born again. Like the physical work, the physical body work of Christ is just so incredible. That's why to me, Yeshua, Son of God, is the Sunyata body. Like it's for me, it's the form beyond this form world. It's like the Sunyata form. It's like form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Like Christ is a physical embodiment of that. So the Christ body work, Christ's physical body work, you can study that and it will reveal everything about Sunyata, and it's very grounding because you see it happen, you would see it unfold in real time, and you can understand Sunyata by studying Yeshua, Son of God. So anything that is heavily associated and fixated on form, their race will experience a lot of degradation. If they are heavily focused on form, their race and their system will experience degradation. And you can see that within the ruling elite that have a lot of physical form degradation. They have to use a lot of technology. They have to use a lot of cloaking technology to hide their disfigurement. And they are using a lot of like hair wigs. They use a lot of hair wigs and hair extensions and a lot of makeup, plastic surgery. And they have a lot of like cloning. They do cloning to continuously like to maintain their form, for example. So they are using all of these technological based systems to continue their race and preserve their form. So they're struggling to maintain their form. The irony of that is like they are obsessed with form, but because of their obsession with form, they are experiencing the degradation even more because they're obsessed with the form concept.